Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Janet, and if you're new here, make sure you hit that red subscribe button. Give this video a like to let me know that you're liking my content, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so YouTube can inform you when I upload a new video. And if you're one of my returning subscribers, thank you so much for being here and welcome back. Today's video I have been thinking about for over a week, and now I am getting a chance to finally make it. So I am so excited to be trying this recipe. It is obviously based on the protein sparing modified fast bread, but I was waiting for one ingredient, and that was some sprinkles. Do you guys know what I'm gonna be making? I am going to try to make some protein sparing modified fast Pop-Tarts, you guys. I'm so excited. I was a huge fan of strawberry Pop-Tarts. I absolutely loved them. I would eat them not toasted, literally just out of the wrapper and eat them. I actually preferred to eat them like that instead of toasting them, but I absolutely love strawberry Pop-Tarts. So today I am going to be making some protein sparing modified fast Pop-Tarts, strawberry Pop-Tarts, and let's get started. All right, so I am going to start off by making my protein sparing modified fast bread. Like I've mentioned in my videos before, but if you are new here, I use the same protein sparing modified fast bread recipe for absolutely all of my baking, all of my cooking, whatever I'm doing with it, whether it's sweet or savory. I use the exact same recipe for both. I may add a few different ingredients, but usually I just keep the same recipe just for absolutely everything. Keeps things really, really simple when I do that, because then I just have to worry about one recipe to make. And then, you know, either I've made apple pie, I've made my apple cinnamon bread. I have made tons of things with this bread, and I have kept it all the same recipe, just changed like the insides of it. Like obviously for the McDonald's apple pie, I used an apple pie filling, but for the bread recipe, I do keep it exactly the same, and I always have it in my description. It's a little bit further down in my description, but I always have it listed there so that you can resort to and make it for yourself. So let's get started on the bread. I make it the same way, so I will probably speed this part up, but just in case you're new here and want to see me make the bread, you can see it, it's just gonna be on a faster speed. So let's get started. So this is all done. So normally what I do is I just kind of fold this in and make sure that all of the dry ingredients is mixed with the egg whites. So I think we're all good. So I'm gonna pan you down to my mesh pan. I have this mesh pan. All right, so I am already here. I have this mesh pan. I have this pan in my Amazon favorites, and also the silicone mats, and also the extra large cookie sheet. So I have it all listed in my Amazon favorites. This is amazing way to utilize things like this. I made my apple pies using this, so I thought that it would be perfect as well for the Pop-Tarts. So I am just going to small layer, a thin layer. It's not going to be very thick in all of these because I don't want this to be very, very thick at all. Like I want it to be really thin, just like a Pop-Tart. So I may have some batter left, and if I do, I'll probably just make a small loaf of my cinnamon bread. If you haven't seen my cinnamon bread, if you are new here, I will have it linked in my description. But it is my favorite. I have it every day. It is a staple for me on my protein sparing modified fast days, and I have it on my keto days as well too. It's really, really good. So I'm just going to make a small like shallow layer, and then we are going to fill it with strawberry jam. I will show you the strawberry jam in just a second once I get this all filled up. I have my oven set to 325 degrees as well too, and that's what I cook all of my bread. I bake my pie shells at that temperature. I bake my bread, my cinnamon sugar bread on that temperature, and that's the temperature that I use for absolutely everything. All right, so I filled these about half full for all of these because I do not, like I said, I don't want them thick on the bottom or on the top, okay? So we are just going to do that. Just make sure that you can't see the mesh bottom at all. And then what I'm going to do is and this is the jam that I have, and it is the Good brand. I get this here in Canada. I get this either off of the Nutra Market website, or I get it from, I have gotten it as well from Switch Grocery. So that is open. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, per tablespoon, it works out to be 1 net carb or 4 total carbs. So this is probably a little less than a tablespoon that I'm going to be putting in each one, but I'm just going to put that much in there, and then I will spread it out once I get them all done. Seems pretty good. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to cover them with another thinner layer of the protein sparing modified fast bread, and I definitely will have some left over, I feel, because like I want to try to make this thin as well too. So I'm just going to do that, and then I will see you guys in the next clip once these are all completely covered and ready for the oven. And like I said, I am going to probably just make a smaller loaf of my cinnamon bread, and I will show you guys that as well. Flying on the chemicals, guess I'm not the lucky type. Oh, trust me, you don't wanna know how it's night after night, night after night, oh, searching after miracles, oh yeah, night after night, night after night, night after night. All right, so these are all done, and like I said, I'm just gonna make a small loaf with the rest of my bread. What it used to be, not letting go when I want to. Trust me, you don't wanna know. All right, so everything is done, and I am going to put them in the oven. These I'll probably leave in there for about 20 minutes. This will be 20 minutes, plus I leave this in the oven for another 10 minutes with the oven off. All right, well, that is baking. I'm just gonna get the icing ready. Now, you can do this a few different ways. Today, I'm just gonna be using the powdered swerve with a little bit of water. There's a whole bunch of different variations that you can use. I think there's one with an egg, and there's one, obviously the one that I usually make like for a keto day is with some heavy whipping cream. But just to keep it simple, I'm just using some of the powdered swerve with a little bit of water. So we are gonna get a tablespoon. Actually, I'm gonna use my new one that Kimberly had gotten me. So I'm gonna move it down to a tablespoon, and I'm going to put a tablespoon in my, actually I'm gonna put 2 tablespoons because I do have quite a bit in there. And then I'm just gonna add a little tiny bit of water. Remember, a little bit of water goes a long way with the powdered swerve. So I probably literally just added like a teaspoon and it was too much. So I'm gonna put another tablespoon of swerve in here, and then that should be probably good enough. And it depends on what kind of consistency you want it. Like, I prefer this to be just a little bit thicker, but you can make it as thin or thick as you want. So I'm gonna actually put a little bit more because I think I have 8 of them, and I think I'm going to need like more icing sugar than what this has made in here. So I'm just gonna make a little bit more so that all of them will be covered. All right, and then you can just put this aside because we're gonna wanna let the Pop-Tarts cool off before we actually start icing them. So the icing is all ready to go, and these are the sprinkles that I will be using. So I got these sprinkles from Switch Grocery because I am in Canada. So that's where I ordered these from, and that's what we are gonna put on top of the icing once we ice in our Pop-Tarts. All right, these are them out of the oven. I left them in there exactly 17 minutes, exactly. So I'm gonna let these cool for a little bit before I take them out of the pan. And I'm leaving my loaf in the oven for 4 more minutes. And then I'm gonna turn the oven off and leave it in there for 10 minutes, just like I normally make my cinnamon swirl bread. So I have taken them out of the pan, as you can see. Now, I did have to like turn the mesh inside out in order to get these out. Now, if you want to leave them in there for a little bit longer, you can. The only thing that I noticed, because the bottom was so thin, is that a couple of them broke on the bottom. But I don't think it's going to be a huge deal, to be honest. But I think that if you leave them probably in a little bit longer, it'll harden up. Or just do the bottom thicker layer. But what I'm going to do now is I am going to ice in these. All right, so I'm going to ice in these, and then after I ice in them, I am going to put the sprinkles on.
On repeat, I will break like a twig right under your feet. Don't you say that you didn't want me. You turned me upside down, and then you're in my bed and under my skin. Oh, where will it end if I let it begin? So bitter.
All right, so these are our Pop-Tarts. So let's let them cool off for a little bit, and then let's taste one. I'm so excited. They smell absolutely amazing. All right, you guys, we are ready to taste one of these, and they look so good, like so perfect. All right, this is them. Hopefully you guys can see that, all right? All right, let's give one a try. Oh my gosh, you guys. This is crazy. I shock myself, I swear, every time I try a new recipe, like how good these turn out. Like, I am not Sorry, I am not an expert chef, baker, by any means. Seriously, I get by. There's not too many things that have turned out badly or burnt or anything like that, but this is absolutely amazing, you guys. Seriously, look at the inside. It is exactly how I wanted it to be. It is nice and thin. Now, I know the bottom is a little bit thin. I would make it personally, I would make this the same the next time, just because I do want the whole like Pop-Tart feel. But if you guys want to make it thicker on the bottom, be my guest. It was a little bit hard to take out of the mesh. Like I said, I turned the mesh inside out in order to kind of pry them out, and it worked out fine. Like the bottom, as you can see, is fine. But definitely wait until they're cooled off as well too. But you guys, this is amazing. This tastes like a Pop-Tart, but it also tastes like toast and jam. You know what? Toast and jam. You could even put peanut butter inside of this for your keto days. I should have made half of them with peanut butter. Well, in my case, it's like a soya nut butter because I am allergic to all nuts. But you could even put this like some peanut butter and some jam inside, and you could have a peanut butter and jelly like Pop-Tart. You guys, there's so many variations that you can do with this. Let me know if you give it a try. If you make it, please tag me on Instagram. I always have my Instagram in the description. I post on there daily about everything that I'm doing, what I'm eating, drinking, everything. So make sure that you tag me if you do make this. And obviously if you make it on YouTube, please let me know. But it is amazing. I will actually figure out the macros as well too. I made 8 of these, so I will have per serving. I will have it up on the screen right now once I figure out all the entire macros. But this is not going to be very much at all. I would say per, just an estimate. I know I probably already have it on the screen, but I haven't figured out the macros yet. But I would say probably 3 or 4 total carbs for each one of these, and well worth it, you guys. So good. All right, you guys, so I hope you enjoyed today's video. This recipe has blown my mind. It is so good. I cannot believe that I made like Pop-Tarts, let alone on a protein sparing modified fast day. Like, I am blown away, you guys. So make sure that you hit that red subscribe button. Give this video a like to let me know that you're liking my content. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so YouTube can notify you when I upload a new video. Thanks for watching.